Hi guys, it's finally time. Dazzie's Comic Book Hauls episode 170, and this is my greatest ever haul, part 1. On the 16th of October 2022, I headed over to a small event called the Cotswold Comic Con, which is not too far away from my place in Tetbury. Now, I was given a flyer at the Gloucester Comic Con a couple of weeks prior, and the flyer basically just said that there was going to be a guy there with an Amazing Fantasy 15 and other big books, and if comics are your thing, show up. Well, like I said, I headed over. I wasn't expecting too much because the Gloucester Con itself was very disappointing. And when I got there, there was only really two people selling comic books. One was a guy who was just selling top dollar books. He had an Amazing Fantasy 15 there. There was a Hulk 1 there. I think there may have been an Amazing Spider-Man number 1 there. These books were obviously very, very expensive, and you know, taking these kind of books along to a small event, I'll be surprised if he sold many of those, if any. There were boxes obviously of raw books, but you know, they wanted top dollar basically. There was like some minor key adventure comics there for like £100, decent nick, but you know, a bit out of my price range. So you know, I was a little bit disappointed. I will leave the link to the video of the con at the end, but I headed over to the other side. There was a gentleman there who was actually running the entire con. He was in charge of it there, and when I got to his table, he had a box. He had this box, and I had a quick flip through, and I was amazed at some of the books that I saw in there. So I started to pull out key after key after key, and these were good books. And I was thinking to myself, I said to him, how much are the books like? And he said, oh, I don't know, just make an offer. Well, when you're told to make an offer, you don't really know what to expect. But there was a lot of books in this box, and in fact there were 178 books in this box. And you know, looking at some of these books, I know they are worth a good few £100. I offered, I think, 40 or 50 quid for the entire box, tongue in cheek. He said, nah. And the strange thing was, this gentleman knew what the books were priced at. He said, this one alone's worth about 300 or 400. And I thought, oh, I said, I just can't. And I said, I was determined to get this box. I said, what about 70 quid? He said, oh, it's still a little light. I said, well, 85 is as high as I can go, or something around that figure. And he said, okay. I could not believe it, guys. These books, doing my maths, worked out at £1.88 a book. £1.88, which is probably, I don't know, a couple of dollars. I'm not going to show you the books that I will be listing on my eBay. That will be part 2 of this haul. I'm going to be showing you, I think, 56 books that made the cut are now in my PC. We're going to start small, and then we were going to end with some bangers, guys. I'm telling you. Okay, let's get into the books, because that is why you are here. But before we continue, if I could perhaps ask you for a subscription, a like, a share, a comment, ding that bell for notifications. It all really helps Milo Great Productions. Sorry for the lack of content at the moment, guys, but I've been ferrying my boy around to different events. He is mad into chess, the game of chess, and he is just qualified. We went over to the Blackpool chess conference or congress this past weekend, and he qualified. Yeah, managed to qualify for England. He's got under 11 trials now in the end of April, so exciting times. Back to the books, guys. Okay, let's get into them. Starting small, First up, we have Bloodlines. Superman Annual 5, guys. Annual 5. This is the first appearance of Myriad, Sasha Green, an assassin with the power to absorb personalities. Bear with me, guys. The books get a lot better. It was a mixture, but you won't believe how many Silver and Bronze Age issues are in this box. Next up, Excalibur, issue number 1. First ongoing Excalibur title. First appearance of Widget. And there are rumours that Excalibur will be coming to the MCU, possibly in a Disney Plus show at some point. You're thinking, this is your greatest ever haul? You wait till you see them. Up next, Excalibur, issue number 2. The first appearance of Colin McKay as a young boy. That's Excalibur number 2. Then we get on to the first Bronze Age issue. This is Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, issue 201. This is the first appearance of Infectious Lass and the first appearance of Porcupine Pete and Molecule Master in that issue. Now with James Gunn taking over DC, all characters and the wacky ones are certainly on the table. This was a nice pickup. Detached cover though, sadly, on this one. This is Superman, issue 140. Now this is one of the issues that I saw across the other side for £120. Now this is a key. This is the debut of Blue Kryptonite, which provides Bizarro with immense power to the point of combustion. The first appearance of the Bizarro family team and the first appearance of Bizarro Supergirl, who was actually in the Supergirl TV show, and the first appearance and origin of Bizarro Jr. I know a lot of people collect Bizarro related books. Nice 10-cent issue there. Moving on. This one's been on my radar for the longest time. A character in my encyclopedia. We have Spider-Woman, issue 37. The first appearance of Siren, Teresa Rourke Cassidy, daughter of Sean Cassidy, aka Banshee. Can finally knock that one off the encyclopedia list. And then a nice Bronze Age Amazing Spider-Man. This is Amazing Spider-Man, issue 108, guys. And this is the first appearance of Sister Sun, Shan Nguyen. She was in an animated show. And the first appearance of the Giant One. Now I put these books that I'm currently showing you priced at around about 10 quid. Then we get an X-Men and an early one. Uncanny X-Men, issue 156, guys. The origin of Corsair is Christopher Summers, the first appearance of a Kanti, an ancient race of aliens that are described as space whales. Then we picked up a Punisher book. This is Punisher War Journal, issue number 1. The origin of the Punisher in this issue. Obviously Frank Castle. Another ASM book, this time Amazing Spider-Man, issue 279, and the first cover and third appearance of Silver Sable, Sylvia Sabelinova. First appearance of Babyface in this issue. I already had the first appearance of Silver Sable, so now I have her first cover appearance, obviously down here. Then I have a Batman anniversary issue. This is Batman issue 400. That was in the box. 2-page introduction by Stephen King in this issue. And the last appearance of Scarecrow Jonathan Crane. On eBay, this one's around about a £20 book. And then we got some Tales to Astonish, issue 88, guys. This is an undervalued book in my opinion, because this is the book where Hulk first uses the phrase Hulk smash. I've since upgraded this copy, so I think this one will now be available for sale, if I'm not mistaken. That's Tales to Astonish issue 88. And then we had another ASM book, this time issue 345. This is where Cletus Cassidy becomes infected by the Venom symbiote, later becomes Carnage. You already had this book, but I had the direct edition before. Now I have a newsstand to join it. I nearly didn't add this one to the PC, but then I realised it was used in the Supergirl TV show, and this book can garner some coin. We're talking £25 plus. This is Superman Annual 11, guys. Superman Annual 11. Written by Alan Moore with art by Dave Gibbons, the same creative team behind the Watchmen. It's also the first appearance of the Black Mercy plant. As you can see on Superman's chest there, that was used in the Supergirl TV show and in the Krypton TV show. Good pickup. And then another copy of and an upgrade of Avengers issue 200, guys. Controversial issue. Carol Danvers is used and becomes pregnant by a man who turns out to be the same person to whom she gives birth. That's a bit bizarre, isn't it? It's also the first appearance of Marcus Immortus, conceived by Carol Danvers. It is obviously an anniversary issue as well. I sold my prior copy for a good profit. And then another annual. This time it is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21, guys. Yeah, we know this book. Pretty iconic cover. The marriage of Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson. The events of the wedding were erased after the events of One More Day, where Peter and Mary Jane sacrificed their wedding to Mephisto to save Aunt May from dying. This book had been on my radar for the longest time because of the Arrow TV show. Mid-grade, this is The Atom, issue 26, guys. Don't know how many of you know about this one, but this is the first appearance of the Bug-Eyed Bandit. Now, in the Arrow TV show, the Bug-Eyed Bandit was a female, but this character is Bertram Larvin. I'm a big fan of The Atom. As you know, guys, one of my best books is a CGC 4.5 of Showcase 34, the first appearance of The Atom. Back to Tales to Astonish. This one time it is issue 80. And this is the second appearance of Tyrannus, who was Romulus Augustulus. Now remember, these books, £1.88 each. And guys, this is nothing compared to the end. On we go with a nice Bronze Age book. Justice League of America, issue number 78. The introduction of the Justice League satellite, a space station headquarters for their team. See that in many an animated show. Pretty cool. A little undervalued, that book, that one, I think. Then more ASM, guys, and this is a nice little key. This is Amazing Spider-Man, issue 138. The first appearance and origin of Mindworm, William Turner. The Marvel Value Stamp series A, number 41. The Gladiator is intact inside this book. This book's around about a £15 to a £20 book. This is a nice pickup. This is Uncanny X-Men, issue 145. Iconic cover art by Dave Cockrum. And the first appearance of the Doom Squad team. Sticking with X-Men. Sorry, I think in fact I picked up 179 books. And this was the one book that I returned. And I picked this one up for cheap as chips. And it's a nice key. This is X-Men issue 64, guys. The first appearance of Sunfire, Shiro Yoshida, sorry, a Japanese mutant who has the power to generate fire and fly. Okay, £3 for that one. That's a great book. Easily a £30 book. And the rest probably. And then I was happy to pick this one up. This is back to DC. Got my shirt on. This is Adventure Comics issue 308, guys. 308. Let me see, we got a little bit of writing on there. Not the highest grade. But this is the first appearance on Origin of Lightning Lass, Aya Ranaz, who later becomes Light Lass. She was in the Legion of Superheroes animated show. Nice. Adventure Comics. I will be doing an Adventure Comics showcase very soon because I've got some cracking keys. And speaking of showcases, I'll also be covering this series. This is Action Comics issue 310. The debut of Dual Kryptonite enhances the mental abilities of criminals trapped inside the Phantom Zone to affect events throughout the universe. Mid-grade again, but a nice book. I love Action Comics and Adventure Comics when it comes to the keys. Back to the Atom. Another nice key here. This is the Atom, issue number 19, guys. And it's all about the face in the bottom there. Yeah, with the hat on. This is the second appearance and first cover appearance of Zatanna. Zatara. Would love to get her first appearance in the Hawkman books. I had this book already, but mine was was severely water damaged. I'm not sure. I think I've sold it off now, but for a profit. So this was a nice upgrade. This is Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 1. Nice book. Series that teams up the Thing with different Marvel characters. And this is a team up of the Thing and the Man-Thing, of course. And this is the first appearance and death of Molecule Man, the artificial construct. Now the text in the black bar near the upper left side of the cover above the issue number, you see where it says 20 cents, very clearly reads Marvel 2-on-1. See it at the top there, 2-on-1, not Marvel 2-in-1. So that is also an error book, but it's a nice book. I like 2-in-1 and I like Team Up. And then there are several copies of this one. I have the film, which I enjoyed. This is a modern book from Alan Moore and David Lloyd. This is V for Vendetta, issue number 1, guys. Sorry as my camera keeps focusing in and out. 10-issue series about a bleak future where a mysterious anarchist known as V opposes the British government wearing a Guy Fawkes mask. That was a pretty good movie. Around about a 20 to a £25 book, easy. Already had this one signed by John Wagner, sorry. But this is a nice upgrade copy of that. This is Detective Comics issue 585. You know what this book is, guys? This is the first appearance of Ratcatcher, Otis Flanagan. Now, I've got obviously Ratcatcher appeared in the Suicide Squad, but we had a gender swap. She was female, and Ratcatcher is rumoured to be getting her own show at some point. Good book. That book was pricey at one point, talking around about 40. Now it's come down, probably around about a £15 book. Let's get some Daredevil issues going, guys. Had this one already, but it's a nice upgrade. We know what this one is. Classic cover art by Frank Miller featuring Bullseye, not in costume. That's Daredevil, issue 159, guys. Backup feature that details the multiple functions and interior mechanisms of Daredevil's Billy Stick in this issue. Of course, we're getting a Daredevil show soon. It was great to see Charlie Cox back in the She-Hulk show. And to go with issue 159, we have issue 160. Cover up by Frank Miller featuring Bullseye and Black Widow. Around about a £20 to £25 book. Back to the Uncanny X-Men. Here's a book that I wanted to add. This is Uncanny X-Men issue 135. The Dark Phoenix Saga Part 7. The second appearance of Jean Grey as the Dark Phoenix. And the first appearance, well, I like this book, first appearance of Senator Kelly, Robert Kelly, who of course was in the first and second X-Men movies. The original ones. He turned into jelly. And then the books keep coming, guys. Bronze and silver pretty much all the way now. Bit of copper. This is Amazing Spider-Man, issue 103. First appearance of Gog, who is a Tessila, a monster who resides in the Savage Land. Minor key, but again, around about a £20 book. That's Amazing Spider-Man, issue 103. Back to the Atom. You know I am a fan. This is the Atom, and this is issue 29, I believe. Yeah, issue 29. Bonk. First solo appearance of the Golden Age Atom, Al Pratt, in the Silver Age. The hits keep coming, I'm telling you guys, because from, I reckon, yeah, we're pretty much into the better stuff. This is a modern book. This is Daredevil issue 10. This one was really pricey at one point. This is the second appearance, origin, and first cover appearance of Echo, Maya Lopez, getting her own show very soon, so this book could go back up. First appearance of Crazy Horse, Willie Lincoln, Echo's father, seen briefly in a flashback in this issue. And of course, Crazy Horse appeared in the Hawkeye TV show. That book is around about a £30 book on a good day. This was a nice find. This is, from here, is where I think the hits are significant now, guys. That's a decent pile of books. But this next pile, on my days, we're starting that pile with Marvel Team Up Annual #1. Great, nice, high-grade book. First team up of Spider-Man and the new X-Men team. He previously had met Nightcrawler. First meeting of Wolverine and Spider-Man. That's going to be good if Hugh Jackman sticks around. Second appearance of Jean Grey as the Phoenix. First appearance of Agni, the Lord of Fire. First appearance of Brahman, the Creator. First appearance of Kali, the Black Madness. First appearance of the Lords of the Light and Darkness team. First appearance of Mara the Dreamer. First appearance of Ratri the Knight. And first appearance of Shiva, the Destroyer, amongst others. But like I say, for me, it's all about Spider-Man meeting the new X-Men team and first meet-up with Wolverine. Around about a £40 to a £50 book, that one, guys. £1.88, remember. And then, moving on. Wolverine is hot at the moment. The keys are exceptionally hot. This one is a nice pickup for me. This is Wolverine issue 4. Final issue of the first Wolverine ongoing solo series in this book. And I want to complete this original 4-issue run at some point. But that's a good starter. Nice book. Wolverine is, of course, my favourite Marvel hero. And then back to X-Men, but an early X-Men this time. That will be staying in the PC. This is X-Men issue 59, guys. Issue 59. First appearance of Dr. Likes, Coral Likes, the human form of Sauron. So Sauron, the dinosaur, that's the first appearance of the guy who becomes Sauron. Mid-grade book. No complaints from me whatsoever. Pence copy. And then another nice Bronze Age cracker. This is Marvel Team Up, issue 53. This is the first artwork on the X-Men by the legendary John Byrne. And what a cracking cover. Around about a 30 to a 40 pound book. Back to DC. And this time we're going to go with Justice League of America, issue 46, guys. Nice Silver Age book. First appearance of Sandman, Wesley Dodds in the Silver Age. Character that appeared both in Smallville and the Stargirl TV show. First appearance of the Anti-Antimatter Man. An entity of extreme power from Quard. Classic story, crisis between Earth 1 and Earth 2 in this issue. Again, around about a £30 book. And then an absolute cracker. And we know how expensive Amazing Spider-Man is. So to find a key as well, why not? Nice early one. Amazing Spider-Man, guys. Issue 36, £1.88. First use of the word word thwip when activated from Spider-Man's web shooters. And it's also the first appearance of a character that was in my encyclopedia, and that is the Looter, Norton G. Fester, who later becomes Meteor Man. That's the guy on the front cover. Pence copy, but nice mid-grade book. Well, yeah, that's a £50 book all day long. This next one's an absolute brilliant book. This one can hit 3 figures. We're talking 100 plus. This is X-Men, issue 100. Yeah, these books were all in this box at £1.88 each, guys. You won't believe it, will you? A classic battle of the original X-Men versus the new X-Men. First use of the phrase fastball special when Colossus launches Wolverine at an enemy. Apparent death of Stephen Lang, and the story continues in the next issue with this one. What did I put this one at? Round about a fine plus. Round about a minimum 60 to a 70 quid book. Great issue. Sticking with X-Men, and another early one. Now when I picked up this box, I thought I remembered seeing this one, so I went back and said, hey mate, I thought that a certain issue was in here. He said, oh yeah, sorry, put it back in. Happy days. Another nice key. This is X-Men issue 96, guys. First appearance of Moira Ann Kingross McTaggart, an Omega level mutant who retains her memory after death and reincarnation. She was in the X-Men Last Stand movie, First Class, Apocalypse movies. Debut of Wolverine's Berserker Rage in this issue. First appearance of Stephen Lang, one of the Sentinel program pioneers. First appearance of Kirok, a demon created by Scython. And first appearance of Endara Monroe. Great issue. Again, on a good day, that's around about a 70 quid buck, 80. Glad to get it. Again, decent grade book. So these, I think, are the pick of the books now. And how many books have I got to show you guys? Because they are super high grade. And when I say super high grade, they're very, very old books. So, very, very nice presenting books. And how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These are my favourite 14 books of the lot. And you've just seen what I've shown you. So first up is a very old Tales to Astonish. This is, guys, issue 24. Look at that one. Oh my days. Easily 60, 70 quid book. You've got a tiny little bit of chipping on the side. But besides that, guys, a lovely presenting book. Never thought I'd own any Tales to Astonish in that early a number. But they weren't just early Tales to Astonish there, guys. There was also early Journey into Mystery in the box, believe it or not. And guys, this is a beautiful cover. This is Journey into Mystery, issue 72, featuring the Glob. Oh my days, look at that one. Pence copy, but a really nice presenting book. In this grade, if I was to get this one graded, easily 3 figures, easily. Minimum 4s, high as 7s, some of these I reckon, guys, seriously. I just showed you an early Amazing Spider-Man. Here is another early Amazing Spider-Man book, guys. This time we have issue 24. Oh, what a cracker. Cited as a Mysterio appearance, but the character only appears in disguise, not in costume. And included in a letter by future comic book writer Don McGregor. But a nice presenting book, mid-grade again. Amazing Spider-Man, issue 24. Spider-Man goes mad. There weren't just early Tales to Astonish. There weren't just early Journey into Mystery. There weren't just early Amazing Spider-Man. There was early Strange Tales, another of my favourite series. This time, guys, the book I'm going to show you is Strange Tales, issue 81. And look at that stunning cover again. And a nice presenting book. Can you believe these books? £1.88. You know, I've made, if I was to sell all these books now, I would think £1,000 worth of book. Minimum. I reckon more than that. Because look at this next book, guys. It's an absolute cracker. Not just Journey into Mystery. Not just Tales to Astonish. Not just Strange Tales. But also Tales of Suspense. And look how old this one is, guys. And it is a beautiful looking book. This is the grades that just blow me away. Tales of Suspense, issue 23. The first appearance of the creature. Look at this one. Oh, look how nice presenting it is. You don't find books like this when you're out on the hunt normally. You just don't. I was blown away. But guys, you're talking early Marvel, Atlas. And then you find another book like this one, guys. Insane book. Another early series. We've got Amazing Adventures, issue number 6. Now this was the series that came out before Amazing Fantasy. Yeah, the final issue before being retitled Amazing Fantasy. Look at these covers. And this book, mid-grade copy, stunner. Absolute stunner. Back to Tales to Astonish. And another cracking early issue. Tales to Astonish, issue 21, guys. Wow. First appearance of the Glop, originally named the Hulk, but renamed when reprinted. So it could be effectively one of the early Hulk prototypes. In this grade, guys, probably a £150 book. And the early Tales to Astonish didn't end there, because we had another cracker, this time Tales to Astonish, issue 22. Can you believe it? High grade books for this era. First appearance of the Crawling Creature. Oh, look at that one. Absolute stunning book. Stunning. Really high grade. When I say high grade, you're talking about the era book. They present beautifully, they really do. Back to Journey into Mystery. And I'm putting a nice little run of Journey into Mystery together. This time we're going even earlier. This time is Journey into Mystery, issue 69. I was captured by Gorilla. Who was the Iron Giant? Again, around about £150 book in this grade. Great book, great issue. And the hits keep coming, guys. With another beautifully presenting book. This time, Tales of Suspense, and we're going, probably, is it the earliest one? It could well be. Tales of Suspense, issue number 19, and a nice, lovely presenting book, guys. First appearance of the Green Thing, a normal weed that turned into a monster after a scientist injected it with a serum. Look at that. Woo! Boom. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe what I was pulling out of there. And this one, you're going to absolutely be blown away with this one. I look on eBay and it's going for 300 to 400. And this is a lovely presenting copy as well. Lovely key, lovely key. I've been showing you some ASM, guys. Journey into Mystery, issue 73, guys. This book is a massive key because it is the prototype of Spider-Man in this issue. Let's get a closer look. I've had to stick this one in Mylar, guys, so excuse the glare. But look at that. High grade book. Around about 5. Love it. Absolutely love it. This was the book what first caught my eye when I looked into the box, and that's when I thought I've got to have the whole box. And it was so much fun looking through the box to find these kind of books in there, because I didn't know other than that really what was in here. I just went for it, and it was one of my best decisions. Okay, we've got 3 books left to show you, guys, and they are very, very high grade. Another early Tales of Suspense. This is Tales of Suspense, issue number 21, guys. Look at this. This is Clag. His mission is destroy mankind. Minimum of 5.5. I think my grades are usually about 1.5 points lower. This could be a 7. Honestly, it presents beautifully. Minimum, if I was to get this graded, minimum of, I don't know, 250, 300 quid book probably. So a beautiful book. 2 to go, guys. It's another early Strange Tales book, and it's a beauty. This is Strange Tales issue 86. 86. Look at this one. Oh, guys, this one is even more high grade. Minimum of a 6.0, which probably means 7.0. Strange Tales issue 86. And the final book I'm going to leave you with today, guys, I think is an absolutely in top grade, and I can't believe how well it presents for a book of its age. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I showed you Amazing Adventures issue 6. This book, I think, if I got this graded, is easily £400 plus because of how high grade it is. I think it's probably could be an 8. This is Amazing Adventures issue number 5, guys, and what a book to finish with. Look at the grade on it. Sharp book. So that's it, guys. That's part 1 of this epic collection that I paid £1.88 for a book. I've got well over 100 left to show you, guys, and a lot of them are keys. It's just that I've already got the book. So hence they're going to be going up on my eBay store very, very soon. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I've enjoyed making the video. Thanks. Bye for now.